Hi guys, so I'm going to talk about minimum wage. So, I think minimum wage should be increased. Have many reasons for thinking this, and I don't just think this because everyone should make more money and things like that. I think this because statistically, minimum wage is not enough to live off. It's not enough to support your family, and sometimes it's barely enough to support yourself. Minimum wage is supposed to be enough to live off, and some people should even be comfortable on it, but it's not. It should be able to pay your bills, let you eat, and take care of you, but it really doesn't. Minimum wage doesn't even half the time let people have food on their tables for dinner. People are struggling because they don't have money in their bank account while they're working all these hard, long hours just to be able to make it by barely. Most people say that minimum wage shouldn't go up because people should just go to college or just get a real job. But the sad truth is that not everyone has equal opportunities to do so. Not everyone has help. Not everyone has income to do things like go to college or go to trade school. And just the bottom line is not everybody has the options to do that. And although it's sad, it's the truth. People with families might not be able to get babysitters, or people that are working 40 hours a week don't have time to go to college. And that sounds like an excuse, but it is true. They need to be able to pay their bills, and they should be able to do that making minimum wage, but they can't. Nobody knows what other people are going through. Nobody knows anybody else's life, so nobody should be able to judge whether or not it's their decision to go to college or to go to trade school or to get a better job. Nobody knows what other people are going through, which is why I think that minimum wage should be increased, and it should be enough to live off comfortably. You shouldn't have to be struggling every single week to have food on the table, to have clothes on your children. You shouldn't have to do that just because you don't have money. Money should be something that everybody has enough of to have the things they need. And with the rate that minimum wage is, it's just not the case right now. Minimum wage in New York is under $12 an hour, and so even if someone worked a 40-hour week, every week for the whole entire year, which is very rare, that would be only under like $25,000. That's not a lot of money. That's not a lot. And if somebody like that is making minimum wage and they have rent to pay for, that's almost $10,000-$15,000 a year, if not way more. They are going to also have to worry about food. They're going to have to worry about clothes. They're going to have to worry about endless amounts of things. And who's to say they have a car and it breaks down and they have no way of fixing it, and then they have no way of getting to work? It's just so many things that these people have to worry about because they're too worried about living paycheck to paycheck just to pay their bills, and sometimes even struggle to have food on the table. So these people have really no chance of even saving money to do anything for themselves, to better their job, to better themselves, because they have to live paycheck to paycheck, and stuff comes up all the time. They don't know how they're going to get through the next few months. With how low minimum wage is right now, the living expenses that we have are just absolutely way bigger than minimum wage paychecks. And obviously, people need to have a minimum wage. There should be a minimum wage. I believe that, but I think it should be higher because it's just been proven time and time again that minimum wage isn't enough to live off of. And then people wonder why people need to use the system and need help, but it's because they're working all these long, tiring hours and they still can't afford to even pay their bills half the time. Minimum wage should be increased, and I just think that people should understand why. Thank you.